Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dirty Balls Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan Benfield, and I'm here with my non-socially distant co-hosts for today.
I'm Alan.
I'm Jeremy, Conrad's Cowboys.
I'm Jennifer.
And I don't know if I'm still in the shot, but hey, I got a question for y'all. Any interesting quarantine stories?
Nope,
No?
life as usual here.
Nope.
Well, I almost got involved in some gang activity yesterday.
Is it gang activity?
Gang activity, yes, I almost got involved in it.
Like a gangbang
No, just any kind of gang activity. Let me
with
tell
a bunch of guys?
No. Halfway through the story, you guys are going to already get it, but please, just let me finish.
Just play along? Okay.
Yeah, so yesterday, I wanted to go get some beer, so I went to the gas station. So I go to the gas station, and I was like, you know what? There's a bunch of strangers at this gas station.
Stranger danger.
I hope not. I don't know where they've been. I should probably cover my face up, because, there's a little bit of a thing going around right now, and if you don't know that, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, I'm standing in line with my beer, and then this guy walks in, and he looks me up, and he looks me down, and I'm like, oh, what's the deal here? Then I noticed I am wearing a red shirt, red shoes, a red hat, and a red bandana. This guy, he looks at me, and he's like, hey, bro, you a blood? And I...
He has eyes. He can see your arms and your body. I mean...
And I said, so I was like, you know what? We're going to go with this. So I said, I guess I am today. And then he says, the next thing, and I thought we were joking up to this point. The next thing he said really called into question for me if he was joking or if he seriously has some connections. Because after I said, very jokingly, I guess I am today, he goes, it don't work like that, cuz. Either you are or not.
Where were you at?
The store,
What store?
Where?
A gas station in Lenore.
What gas station?
Why? Do you want to go there?
No, so I don't go there.
We're actually like in between Lenore and Hudson, like right next to the community college, the one that's attached to Arby's.
Oh, I thought maybe you had driven to Columbia and went to the Obama store.
No.
Wow.
I was just in there, and I knew what I was wearing. I was like, before I left, I'm like, I hope nobody makes the obvious joke. And then I go in there, and it happens, and then after that last part, I left, and I was like, oh my, was that guy joking? Or like, is there some shit going on? And so I got out of there and went home.
Wow.
Well, okay.
He said, that makes my quarantine sound not too funny.
Yeah, that's...
Of course, I've just been going hiking. So exciting. I enjoy it, but they probably don't.
I mean,
I've been sitting right there on the couch.
getting time in with nature.
I've been working.
The only person that's going to be on this show, period, even right here, is the only one working. Because this guy's not working, unfortunately. But, yeah, so today's interview, we're doing an interview, as you can see. That's why we're right here at the TV. None other than...
That cat is chewing on his course, and that's going to fall.
He's chewing on something else.
None other than
an enemy.
an
Yeah.
enemy.
Traitor.
Yeah, we're
What's up with this?
You know,
What's up with that?
Well, it is what it is. So it's
They don't think it be like it is,
yeah, I couldn't say it.
but it do.
But yeah, we're going to be interviewing Chase Vallot from the Kansas City
Legends.
Royals
Kansas City
organization. So
That includes the...
Lexington Legends.
That's right. Who beat us?
The enemy.
yeah,
The
We
power
should-
of the cheer one, which we got to ask about.
Yeah, no more cheer wine for Chase.
I sent him a whole case.
See, he's going to have a breakout season then.
Hope so.
Just he's not allowed to drink them when he's in Hickory.
Exactly. So
Or when Hickory's in Lexington.
I hope you guys appreciate us because we are putting our lives on the line for this. Okay? We're coming out here and we're doing this. We're breaking the social distancing orders. The neighbors might get nosy and call the cops on us because they see too many cars outside.
Because we live in Russia.
You don't know what might happen. Shit's crazy out here.
It is.
But so before we start, does anybody want to guess what what today was supposed to be in baseball?
Well, I mean, it still is that.
Oh,
Home opener for Oh, Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah.
That's all right. Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie?
No, I have not. I want to though. I haven't been able to find it anywhere.
You know what I
We'll
did
make it
on what was supposed to be opening day? I watched some of Jeremy's road trip videos just to pretend like I was still going to different parks.
I actually want.
Thank you.
I want an
The ones that I
autographed
was
baseball.
in, so I could, live through it. I should have put like one of those VR things on, so it really just.
Should have. That'd have been awesome.
Yeah.
I want an autographed baseball.
Okay.
You want to know who from?
And about 17 grunt style shirts. Who from?
The Lexington Legends.
Oh, okay, okay.
I want something.
What did you win, Jeremy?
I want a baseball game board. I'm not sure exactly what game it is, but I want it. Thanks to Alan for tagging me in an Applegate Instagram photo.
So I got a question. Who's the bigger homer here? You with Lexington or Gary with Kannapolis?
Gary.
I'm so upset that we didn't get to go see the unveiling of the new
We might
stadium.
still.
It's
On
going to
the,
happen.
on the day that it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Well, you can't help that, but I feel that baseball will be back.
This thing might take.
I
This
think in
thing
some
might go to
form
August,
it'll be back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it won't go till August.
middle of June.
They're already trying to open the country back up.
And I saw something where Trump said Dana White of the UFC,
And
Mark
Vince-
Cuban,
Vince McMahon.
and Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon, who
Let me
just
tell
got
ya.
$18 million for the president, and
Put on
still
these overalls.
Take your shirt off.
there was a mass exodus today. Did you see this on Twitter? Like 20 wrestlers got fired in the last couple hours from WWE.
And they probably thanked WWE
Oh,
for
some
it.
of
Probably
them
the
did.
best thing that happened to their career.
Some of them did,
But
but
look,
some
this
of
is
them.
not
You
a
think
wrestling
you think
show.
Epico and Primo Cologne are going to have success on the Indies? No. Some of them were happy.
What does that mean?
Sorry, baseball. Chase.
So yeah, but Chase will be calling us in,
Um,
calling in a few minutes, and we'll get everything underway.
Yay.
Yay, indeed, Ethan.
Oh.
Yay,
Yeah,
indeed.
indeed.
Hello.
Welcome back.
After much deliberation and technical problems, we're here with Chase Vallot. How you doing, Chase?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Oh, we are doing great. How have you been spending your time alone?
Your quarantine.
A lot of Netflix, a lot of home working out, and a lot of little do-it-yourself projects.
Well, besides the working out, I've gotten behind all that because I've been cleaning out my basement to try to make a bar down there since none of them are going to be open anytime soon. Also, let's move the cursor so we're not picking your nose the whole time.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, since you've been watching Netflix, let's go ahead and talk about the big subject.
You know the one.
Have you watched The Tiger King?
I have not.
Oh,
What a disappointment.
All right, well,
Oh.
interview's over, so y'all have a good day.
Well,
we had so many.
I've
Tiger
been
King
watching
questions.
I actually started Designated Survivor. I'm almost done Designated Survivor. And then there's another show on Hulu called Six. It's about the SEAL Team 6 operation. So that's pretty cool.
I think we watched that when it came out on
Right.
History Channel.
My stream
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
too
on the
is
hit.
Mad Men.
Yeah.
so if you like that, you should read Richard Marchenko's book. The name of it escapes me right now, but he's the guy that started SEAL Team 6.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I highly recommend it. There's some pretty wild things that they did in there. Like one part after he gets the team together and they go through their training or whatever. He takes them to a Marine bar and tells them pretty much if they don't get into a fight, they're in trouble.
What was that movie that it was actually in a movie? Was it it's the movie about the Coast Guard with Ashton Kutcher and
The Guardian.
I don't think I saw
Guardian,
that.
yeah, kind of like
It's
something
got
like
Kevin
something like
Costner
that.
in it. Yeah. Kevin Costner's my
Baseball
man crush.
podcast can't go 3 days without talking about Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I think I figured out why the audio works now. He's drinking his cheer wine now.
Yeah.
That cheerwine's brought you a lot of. That cheerwine's your secret weapon. It's your spinach if you were Popeyes.
Oh man, I got like 6 left. I'm rationing.
We'll have to see what we can do. It's kind of expensive to send out there, but I'm gonna see. I think there's a cheerwine locator on the website, and just type in your address and see where it is the closest to you. So
it might be rare. You might have to go to like some candy store and get it in that little novelty cooler that sometimes candy stores have, because that's the only place I found it in Texas.
Yeah.
It's like $6 for a glass bottle, but don't
Like
pay
89
that.
cents.
I'll send it to you.
That's crazy.
I can't believe you actually came out to one of our tailgates, being the opposing team and all. Did you tell your teammates about that? And like, hey, I'm going to go to the opposing team's tailgate. How did that conversation
I can't really hear it either.
He was talking about the time when they were out there tailgating in the parking lot in Hickory, and you came out there. He asked, did you tell your teammates, hey, I'm going to the opposing team's fans tailgate, or did you just kind of sneak out there?
I kind of told a couple people that were by my locker, and I'm like, look, I'm going to get some hot dogs and some burgers. I mean, they said if you want to come, y'all can come. Nobody came with me, so I'm like, it was like whenever you go to LSU Alabama tailgate and you go to an Alabama side and you just like, everybody looks at you. But I can't turn down free food.
Which
No,
side
I'm
would
with you
you?
there.
Which side would you be on that LSU Alabama tailgate?
He lives in
LSU.
Louisiana.
Come on, LSU.
They don't know that.
That's true. Yeah.
Jesus!
He lives in Louisiana. So
Every time I try to kayfabe a question, you completely step on it.
Okay.
Sorry, Jeremy. This is your thing today.
So from now on, every time you try to kayfabe a question, I'm intentionally going to step on it just to get that reaction.
Ask your questions, Jeremy. You got them.
Okay, let me see if I can bring it up here.
Tablet.
We got a few questions from some people. What was this guy's name that we got these from? Most of them.
You'd have to ask me. I think his name's George. He's actually a friend of Josh Advocate's dad, and he's a Royals fan. The only other one that we know.
Well, you don't run into many of those.
Yeah,
here
you
in
know,
North
you're the
Carolina.
only reason I'm wearing this shirt. So, but
Traitor.
I love it.
He's a traitor.
But I'm going to be sending you a Ranger shirt. So, you know.
Yeah, and I couldn't find any Royal stuff, so I just put on a blue wristband.
But it's so funny
bandana.
how we here in Hickory in the Crawdads, the Royals actually tie in with the Rangers. I mean, you guys actually share the training facility out, in Surprise. So,
Yeah.
and Burlington is one of our favorite ballparks to go to, and you played there before, and
Yep.
the coach for the Ducks this year, JJ, he was actually drafted by the Royals, so it's a lot of
really?
Yeah. So we can't get away from Kansas City here in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's right. And Kansas City has the second best style of barbecue.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Except when you come to town and hit 2 home runs in the playoffs against us. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
what was that about?
Good for you, but
And I called it too. So like before the game, I said he's going to have 2 homers.
he
Or he's
did.
going to get the golden sombrero. One of the two.
It's
So-
2 homers.
You weren't there for the first one.
I was because I got both those balls, and I gave one
He
to
had
him.
one to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so conflicted. I was cheering for you.
Yeah, you're right,
and
you're right.
In general.
There was one game that you weren't there when I hit one.
Yeah, I remember
I think-
that was some family stuff we had going on, and we missed the start of the game.
Wasn't that like the
Gotcha,
last,
gotcha.
that was in the regular season,
Yeah, that
like
was
the
regular.
last week of the season, wasn't it?
That was in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I never know how to react when that happens. I'm always like, "Oh, yay for you!" But come on, man. Like,
Jeff did that against us.
there's
Come
so
on.
many non-Rangers that I've come to, like by going to so many games, and I always want to see them do well, but not against us.
Okay.
About 20 minutes. Let's wrap
That
it
kind
down.
of leads me to my first question. 2 home runs in a playoff game. That's obviously a big game. It's a good game for you. One of the questions that George wanted to ask was, what's the biggest game you've played in to date?
Could be any game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest game you've played in.
I would have to say the most exciting slash would have to be the All-American game at Wrigley, the Under Armour All-American game, because I was around with some of the best players in the nation. A lot of them are in the big leagues right now. A lot of them are on the 40-man, and getting to play on Wrigley Field was kind of, as a high school senior, it's just
that's pretty big.
something you dream of. So
That's a big
to be able to do that was pretty cool and breathtaking at the same time.
Cool.
That's pretty awesome. I hope to get to see Wrigley one day.
Well, I got a question, but it's actually George's question, which ties into what you just said.
They're all from George, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much all his questions are George's.
Shout out to George. George came out with a long list of some great questions.
Shout out to George.
And I hope that's his name.
We hope that's his name.
But let's see. It was about your baseball cards. You've got a couple of them, and I know you got one from the game that you were talking about, which is a god awful picture. I mean, it's
Yeah.
It is George.
yeah.
Sorry.
Which is your favorite baseball card of you, and which card do you think? Why in the world did they pick that picture?
I have to see the pictures of him, but there was one I couldn't remember. It was the one for the answer as why would they post that picture was my perfect game national card. I was standing playing catch down the right field line, and I was like waiting for the ball / walking, and it was just kind of like a almost awkward shot. So I'm like, when I looked at that one, I was like, okay, that's kind of different, but it's not a really good angle.
Right.
And my favorite one would be from the one from this past year. I'm rounding third base, and I've just hit a home run, and I'm rounding third base, and me and my manager are like about to do the fist bump like that, and it was mid-action, so I thought that was the best one that I ever had.
Do I have that one?
I don't know.
I probably have it. My favorite one is the Burlington because it says Burlington on you. You know.
Oh, like the old school one?
Yeah, I think it's Heritage.
That was my second one.
Nice. I guess we'll just go down the. Okay, another George question.
Executive producer George.
Yeah, executive producer here. Shout out to George again. What is your most memorable baseball moment?
There's a lot. Say winning a state championship, getting drafted, having y'all cheer for me, the only visiting opponent in Hickory history.
I mean, truly, you are the only. Well,
You're the only
That's
one that
I
got
can
his.
think of.
besides Jameson Fisher,
You're the only one that got his own chant.
but yes, you're the
Yeah.
only one with their own chant.
No, but I'd have to say getting drafted. I mean, that was just one of the highlights of my career. Just all the hard work that I put in, and it paid off, and I'm not done yet. So kind of the one that I'm looking forward is the Major League debut. I think that one will top pretty much everything
Most
I
definitely.
imagine.
from a baseball standpoint.
That leads me to another question. Obviously, spring training kind of got, cut short or paused, however it goes. Had the Royals, have they given you any clue as to where you may be this coming season if we ever have one?
No, they really didn't tell anybody anything. I think they know where we're gonna go. They just haven't told us. Because it was beginning of March right when we got sent home, so we were about to start inter squads, but no, they didn't tell me where I would go.
a question that we've asked Sam and Josh, and we haven't got to see you actually play at home. What is your walk-up song?
I got a bunch. Last year I did a little Rage Against the Machine.
Nice.
Awesome.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Blue on Black.
Nice.
I even did a Latin song one time, try to break the little hitting funk.
Which
What?
Rage
A
Against
hitting funk? What are you talking about?
What hitting funk?
Which Rage Against the Machine song was it?
I mean,
I had to go there. I'm sorry.
no, you're good.
I mean, you know.
One of the famous chants from, I don't remember, the guy with the megaphone, Chase Vallot, he's a vegan, hat tricks. I'm like, so I gotta, once he said that, as soon as we got back home, I had to think outside of the box a little bit. I'm a big rock guy. I like some Rage Against the Machine, Red Hot Chili Peppers, some, what am I thinking of?
Slipknot?
Who?
Slipknot?
No, it's not like that heavy.
Well, I just saw on Facebook that you liked them on Facebook, and I'm like, hey, Chase likes them, so.
That was in high school.
Oh, that's true. I mean, they ain't been good since high school.
Hey, Chase, can you hear me a little better now that I'm closer to the mic?
Nah, I also I
in high school.
did have a couple of songs, some kind of Cajun French Zydeco songs from where I'm from. It's kind of like a dance music, and so it kind of reminds me of home a little bit. So I'll pull that out every now and then.
All right, Chase, can you hear me better? I got a little closer to the mic for you.
I can hear you better
Okay,
now.
all right, because I don't think you were hearing my question or something. Which Rage Against the Machine song was it?
Bulls on Parade.
Ah, that's the one. That's the go-to.
Bulls on Parade.
And while I'm closer to the mic, because this ain't gonna last long.
Actually, that's up there.
I got to ask the one question I asked everybody, and that's, what's the weirdest thing you've signed?
You're not going to believe this, but actually, somebody asked me after a game to take off my wrist tape to sign.
Yeah,
Like
I
sweaty
haven't heard that.
flex tape, and I rolled it up into a ball and just kind of, I'm like, that was the weirdest thing I ever signed.
That's pretty weird.
Like,
I gotta say.
What are you gonna do?
Somebody that now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me he asked. I mean, there were other people beside me, and they had tape on. He was like, "Can you take your tape off?" I'm like, "Okay."
You can't get any more game used than that. So I mean, I have a UFC card. I don't know if you watch the UFC, but Roy Nelson.
I do.
It was Roy Nelson and someone else. It's actually their tape from their hands on a card, but I have even no clue where that card's even at.
Well, that's a little different than straight off the wrist. Yeah.
But which that could lead into this question that George wanted to know: is there a type of person that you try to avoid on autographs? But I have never seen you deny anybody, so I don't even know.
No, not really. I mean, if I'm in a rush or something, or I gotta go do something in the training room or anything like that, I'll kind of sign one or two, and then I'll get the rest later. Or kind of, if I got a bunch of people waiting, I'll just sign a couple. But if it's just one or two people, I'll sign whatever they have and kind of take my time with them, talk to them for a little bit. And I usually never avoid kids, so I try not to.
Right.
Just because I remember me being that age, and I mean, I know it's not the major leagues, but I'm sure they don't know the difference.
10 more minutes.
Yeah, have you had any more dental work done recently?
What do you say?
Have you had any more dental work done recently? So you got a nice smile going there.
I got my permanent tooth in, so that one ain't coming out anytime soon. So we're not gonna.
Yeah. Tell us for the people that don't know about that. Tell us what happened there. With how it got knocked out.
Hit in the face with a 93 mile an hour fastball. it was kind of cloudy and raining, and it's kind of hard to see in Lexington behind the pitcher because there's no really batter's eye, and the clouds are like a grayish white, so the ball blended in.
Ooh.
And I couldn't see it, and it smoked me right on the mouth.
Oh man!
And I had 30 stitches and 3 root canals
Ugh.
and 1 fake tooth later.
Oh. So
Yeah.
I've had that.
What was going through your head like right after it happened?
The ball.
Tooth.
The ball fried. Yeah.
I really don't remember. I remember walking down the first base line and throwing my helmet down, but anything before that I don't remember.
Wow. It just
All I do know is we were in the training room, and the trainer came up to me with a big bucket of empty bucket. I was just leaning over, and he looked up at me and said, "Chase, open your mouth." So I opened my mouth. He turns to somebody on the side. He's like, "Like what? Like what? Are my teeth still there? Like what's going on?" He didn't tell me anything. He actually said the inside of my mouth looked like raw grind meat.
Oh boy.
Oh,
So
makes me cringe.
Okay, so what do you think about the robotic strike zone? Let's change this subject.
Yeah, getting away from the
Get away from the pain.
I kind of get the point behind it, but at the same time, you're taking out the human element of the game.
Thank you.
I mean,
Everyone has said that. I agree so much.
Yes.
I mean, the umpires miss some calls here and there, but I mean, nobody's perfect. So you take a strike zone, automatic strike zone, and you put it in, and it's not going to miss a pitch. I mean, it might be a breaking ball that just catches this much of the strike zone, and it's a strike, technically, but you can't hit it. So 9 times out of 10, an umpire's going to call that a ball in a game. But I see what they're trying to do. I think there's some flaws still behind it, but I mean, I like talking to the umpire sometimes too. I mean, that helps the pitcher get some of the extra strikes, and can't do that with the automatic strike zone.
Well, you got 5 more minutes. I know you got
Okay.
dinner plans and everything.
I've got a question.
Go for it.
Oh, it's a big one.
When y'all first started interacting, I understand that some of these guys here got blocked on social media.
We were being a little rowdy.
What's the deal with that, man?
I was waiting for it. So he had actually commented. He tagged me in his tweet, and I forgot what he said. But I was
I
like,
remember.
"What the hell is this guy?" Like, he commented on my stuff. I'm like, I don't want to see this. So I blocked him, and then I actually got to know him better, and I unblocked him. And
Yeah, it took you like a year to unblock me. It only took you 6 months to unblock him. What's the deal with
Probably
that?
still wishing he hadn't unblocked you.
Yeah, I'm trying to block you.
And I remember whenever you actually you printed out the piece of paper where it said Chase Vallot has blocked you, and I signed it.
He's got
Yeah,
it sitting
I've
over
got it
here on
right
his
there.
left seat.
So
I thought that was, yep, there it is.
So it was, you had posted a picture of these free gloves that somebody had sent you, and me and Alan both commented on it. Would someone teach me how to use these? And
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's when you blocked both of us.
and the only reason we said that is because this is like my first year of sitting in 108 heckling the
Me
guys.
too.
Something was wrong. I don't know if it was you or the pitcher that day, and you kept coming back to us a lot. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be mean. And so we just looked you up on Instagram, and there you were like this.
Twitter, not Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. And I was like, "Are you asking how to use those?" Because that game, it was a bad game. Like I said, I don't know who it was on, you or the pitcher, and I'm just so happy that you took it with a grain of salt, and
Yeah.
here we are, friends today, and and you have my support 1,000,000%. No matter what you do, no matter where you go,
Mine too,
I'm always
even though I
here for
didn't
you,
get
man.
blocked.
And you know that.
I will gladly
No,
get blocked again.
it really is crazy how everything worked out, and I actually remember right after it happened, a couple weeks later, my grandma had passed away, so I went home, and I get a video message from you from Facebook, and it was whenever you had apologized and stuff like that, so I'm like, okay, like, I respect this guy. Like, I get it. Heckling's a part of the game, but I mean, he's really a cool dude and a good dude. So, I mean, I'm not gonna big league and not respond or. So it's crazy how everything worked out, and
Right.
now look at where we are today, and it's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
God does everything for a reason.
Yep. You told me that we wasn't worse than the Toast Man, and I told you we were going to try to succeed that one day, and I actually got to meet the Toast Man, and I told him the story, and he wanted me to tell you, back then, hello, he remembered you too. So
You go from that to
No,
you
it's
being,
funny because actually this year at the All-Star game, it was in West Virginia, and we were the South. So the North, Toastman was heckling us, and of course, my first at bat, I strike out. I get you're a toast. And then somebody else struck out after me. So it was an All-Star game. Everybody had their phones in the dugout. I mean, it was just super relaxed and environment. And so I grabbed the other guy that punched out, and I was like, dude, next time one of their guys strikes out, let's start chanting, "You are toast. You are." So it was me and Jordan Wren from Greenville. Is it Jordan Wren? Yeah. So it was him and I, and the whole stadium started laughing. I'm like, it's not fun, huh?
nice.
Yeah, so to go from all that to you being the first non-Ranger that we've interviewed.
Yes.
So you're in an
Congratulations.
exclusive club.
Oh.
But you are the third one, and usually 3 strikes and you're out,
Yeah.
right?
The second catcher.
Yeah, second catcher.
I mean, Sam Huff had a pretty good year last year, so
Yeah.
let's hope this is some good juju.
There you go.
Yeah, you going right behind
Yeah.
Sam Huff is nothing to complain
We're
about.
not right behind. We had Josh.
I'm talking about just in general. Being second to Sam Huff
Second
at
catcher.
anything
Yeah,
is
that's
still
pretty good. That's
great.
still pretty good, yeah.
Yeah,
But we know you got to go have supper, say hello to Taylor for us, and
Yes.
I sure will.
hopefully we can redo this without the technical difficulties and maybe go a little bit longer next time.
Yeah, and
Of
have
course.
So,
Just let me know. I'm there.
All right.
and hope you have a great season, no matter what the season looks like. Hopefully we have a season, but
I know. I hope.
yeah,
Stay
I
safe.
appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man, if you need
Thank
anything,
you.
you know we're right here for you,
That's
man.
right, man. All of us,
More cheer wine, we got you.
except when you're playing against Hickory or any Rangers. You can't have it then.
I do like Down East, though. That's a good hitting place over there.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to drink cheer wine there.
So,
All right, guys. You have a good one.
thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Well, that finally happened.
Yeah.
After much trouble.
So, yeah, before I turn it off, we had a lot of technical difficulties
We did.
to begin with.
It would've
It was
been
like
longer,
15 minutes of he couldn't hear me on my laptop, so I had to go steal Lucas's laptop.
You had to erase the search history real quick.
Yeah.
But
Young kids are.
I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and even if you didn't, if you're watching it right now, give us a thumbs up because we really tried on
Yeah.
this one.
On
And
both channels.
Yes.
Please.
we will definitely do this again with Chase. Hopefully, like I said, a little bit longer.
Maybe in person if he gets to come to town.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. If we're in town, if he comes to town, whether it be here or whether it be
Down
Kinston.
east, yeah.
So, because that's the only time we'll get to see him if he goes anywhere.
Yep.
But hopefully we won't get to see him, and that's a good thing.
That's always
So-
weird like that, but
Yeah. Hopefully we will not.
So, hope you enjoyed it, and Thank you, George, for all the cool questions.
Yes, thank you, George.
Yes, thank you, George. Also, shouts out to
I didn't even drink my Bold Rock.
Bold Rock. Shouts
You
out
gonna
to
shout here real quick?
Yeah.
Shouts out to Red, Brennan Poole.
Shout out to Moose Candle Company
Moose Candles
on Facebook and Twitter. Or not Twitter, but Instagram.
That's right. Anything else?
Stay safe, people.
Yep, stay safe. And,
Don't do like we're doing.
Yep.